how fast that game was between MSKI and Bobo Marines. I don't know, it all started with MSKI not responding to how Bobo Marines did the lane swap. Yes, they could have counter lane swapped or actually gotten the dragon, but they didn't do any of those things. And then Colette got caught out in the top lane. Sumunod si TG, then Colette again. I don't know.
Yeah, hindi nila nabasa yung rotations. And just to give you guys a bit of background about why Bobo Marines seems so strong is because they are one of the top teams in Vietnam. They are a very, very strong team. In fact, they're one of the expected teams to be the champions of GPL alongside Bangkok Titans, who are also one of the strongest teams from Thailand. Bangkok Titans, Bobo Marines, one of the strongest teams right now in the GPL. And so MSKI is really facing one of the giants of GPL right now. But we're in the pick and ban phase, so let's go straight on in. Let's see how this game will go. Earlier we saw, grabe nga, ang lakas ng Bobo Marines in the first game. Hindi nabasa ng MSKI yung mga rotations ng Bobo Marines. And so we'll see how this game will go if MSKI can get revenge.
But look at this though, MSKI Globe still opting to go in for TG with the top lane Shen. So that's not going to come out of their strategy anytime soon right now. But looking to the bans, Gnar, Poppy, Alistar.
Yeah, so they actually gave Rek'Sai for free. I mean, yung Bobo Marines, hindi na nila banan yung Rek'Sai. They banned Alistar instead. So maybe they have another strategy up their sleeve here. Pero in my opinion, not taking away the Gragas is important for MSKI. Kasi right now, Gragas is really one of the strongest junglers. And Kulet's jungling pool is not that big. In fact, his top two junglers, I would say, is probably Gragas and Rek'Sai. So giving Gragas to him is probably going to be a good thing for Bobo Marines. For MSKI pala, here for Kulet. But let's see what Bobo Marines has in store for us, considering na sila yung kumuha ng Rek'Sai. In fact, right now, it's looking like a pick composition with the Thresh and the Rek'Sai right now.
Yeah, and I'm really liking, well, the bans from MSKI here as well. Rise, Ezreal, and Kalista. They saw QTV's Ezreal a while ago.
Yeah.
We were actually hoping, or parang looking forward na para matatalo ng Kassadin ang isang AP mid Ezreal. Kasi we saw it in the Pro Gaming Series happen. But here in the GPL, it's like, it's a different story. That a Kassadin gets pushed out by the Ezreal. And I think it all comes down talaga dun sa parang certain amount of time that an Ezreal can dish out all of his skill shots. Pag tumama lahat yan, and Kassadin can only respond with a Null Sphere. A possible outtrade.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what I'm looking at.
I think it's also partly yung play style din, no? We were discussing that Yume is a bit conservative as a mid laner. He would rather farm. And actually, there were times actually nakikiduel naman siya kay Ezreal. And in fact, we saw one where he won. Especially with the clutch shield coming in from his Null Sphere. Pero yun na nga, as the game progressed, nakakuha din ng kills with the team fights itong si QTV. And eventually, even if Kassadin could be considered a counter pick, masyado lang manaki yung lead ng Bobo Marines.
But look at this.
Twitch.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm not surprised with this pick because looking at the solo queue performance from EXO, he has been playing Kalista, Vayne, and Twitch quite frequently in solo queue. So this is probably one of his pocket picks here coming in. And that does synergize with Shen and Nautilus because they can make some far range picks. You have Nautilus starting up with the ult and then Shen TPing in to help out to give them an easy 3v2 bot lane advantage. So I think that's what they're going for now.
Yeah, but look at this. Bobo Marines, if I'm not mistaken, those two champions, Fizz and Irelia, can just zoom right into Twitch right there and just burst him down. So that's kind of, I don't know, it looks like a counter pick as well as a strong laning champions.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a lot of, what do you call this, all-in advantage here coming in from Bobo Marines. And so there's, Diana coming in possibly for Yume. Let's see if he also runs the Flash Smite Runeglaive Diana. I'm not so sure if he'll run that one, but he locks it in. And that, I was right. It is going to be a mid-lane Flash Smite Diana. He is going to grab that Runeglaive. He can proc the auto attacks and everything. It does synergize as well with his passive of the Diana, so this should be interesting.
Does give him also more wave clear to work with as well, having the Runeglaive auto attack,
that's true.
AoE damage output. So that's something that they have. So they have the ability to wave clear, but it's kind of, I don't know. MSKI's composition is not...
so it's going to be Shen support.
And
Nautilus top. Wow, that's quite interesting. So we did like we said earlier, we've seen a Shen support in that Gravity TSM game.
Yes.
And it did work out for them. It's interesting to see how this one will go though, because seeing Nautilus top, it's not the best top laner, but it can be tanky enough, I think, to withstand this game against Irelia.
Yes.
Plus, Irelia is not really that painful in that early game. In fact, the only time you'll probably be afraid of her is once she gets either a Blade of the Ruin King or a Trinity Force. So
yes,
until then, Nautilus, I think, will actually appreciate, no? Yung medyo early passive gaming dito coming in from Bobo Marines. It's just, in this case, I think it would have been nicer to put Nautilus support and then Shen top, because Nautilus support just deals with Vayne so much better, I think, than a Shen support would, because you do have the hook. Level 6 is very scary because you have the ult, and then Shen can easily make it, like I said, a 3v2 situation. But when you put Shen in that bot lane, his ult won't really be effective if he does use it towards the other lanes.
Yes,
Except possibly maybe for mid lane, or kung mag-roaming support siya, which wouldn't really help because you're up against a Thresh support. And that's going to be a pretty aggressive lane with Optimus.
But you have to also note that MSKI might opt for a lane swap.
Yeah, that's
Game
true.
1, it was Boba Marines. Might be MSKI right now to at least give Twitch some freedom.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like you've said, hindi pwedeng iwanan ni Shen si Twitch because top lane, ang problema naman niya is that Irelia.
Yeah.
Blade Surge pag nag-connect with the Equilibrium Strike. Tapos a few hits of that hit and style yung W niya.
Yeah, it's
that
gonna
true
hurt.
damage. That's gonna hurt a lot. And Twitch is a very squishy ADL.
Yeah.
We all know that. That rat is not a tanky rat. He's
Yeah.
a very, very squishy.
And he's very immobile too, so it's going to
That
be
is
pretty.
true.
Plus, they have the Rek'Sai, and they also have Fizz here coming in for QTV. And
Yes.
so I think, like I said earlier, medyo mukhang pick composition din yung Bobo Marines, and their all-in potential is also very strong come mid to late game, especially because you have the Irelia and with the Vayne. So I think, and medyo nakakatakot to, no? Kasi when you have a Rek'Sai, ang lakas din ng roaming potential, because Rek'Sai is a very, very mobile jungler. So when you do have the Rek'Sai and the Thresh and the Fizz, it becomes a very scary game, because nakita nga natin medyo hindi naka-respond yung MSKI to the rotations of Bobo Marines, and with this even scarier, more mobile composition that they have now, it makes the roam even scarier. So I think MSKI really has to invest now in vision for this game, kasi medyo nakita natin nung early game, medyo
lacking of vision nila.
lackluster yung vision nila in the first game. So they really have to, I think it's also important now to scout out that lane swap as well and to react to it properly.
Yeah.
Kasi nakita nga in the first game, they had a hard time.
Yeah, but this is, in my opinion, might be a saving grace for MSKI here. Sa simula pa lang, they have so much tankiness with the Nautilus, with the Gragas,
The Shen.
Shen as well. So they can do a 5-man death ball into the jungle, put in some very deep wards. Like you've said, scout out. Kung susundan ba ng Boba Marines ang MSKI for the lane swap.
Yeah.
Try to just give EXO as much time as possible to farm, get that rat-tat-tat Twitch, backline, spray you down, see you later, alligator type of damage output. And also, dun sa, how about yung clash nila? Kasi we do know that there's like, let's say, two people from Boba Marines who can dive in the back. Actually, 3 people, possibly with the Rek'Sai Burrow.
Yeah, there's really a lot of dive potential here. Irelia Fizz, Rek'Sai really gives you a lot of all-in potential. But at the same time, there's also a lot of pick potential coming in for MSKI. So it's really a battle here of putting down vision and making the picks first.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Kasi pag dive into Diana, it's something that, could happen for MSKI.
Yeah.
Immediate follow-up talaga. All right, guys. So that's the initial breakdown. And welcome again to the Summoner's Rift. This is the Garena Premier League Summer 2015 Game 2 in the Best of 2 series between Bobo Marines and MSKI Globe. So in the blue side, we have Bobo Marines in the top lane. It's going to be Archie with the Irelia. In the jungle, it's going to be Tick with that Rek'Sai. In the middle lane, it's going to be QTB with the Fizz. And in the bottom lane duo, we have Optimus with the Vayne, and his support will be Junice.
Meanwhile, that's MSKI on the red side. TG in the top lane with Nautilus. Kulit in the jungle with Gragas. Yume in the mid lane with a Diana. And in the bot lane, that's EXO and Kaigu with Twitch and Shen.
So it looks like MSKI here are on a passive start. I would have expected them to at least be a bit more aggressive with their wardings there. They don't even put any wardings in the red side jungle of Bobo Marines here. And Bobo Marines, in my opinion, won out the early game warding right now because they'll be able to react immediately if MSKI go in for a lane swap now.
Well, actually, that ward is not going to really get any information because he's not going to be seeing... Oh, wait, TG is walking around. Will they spot... Oh, they've spotted him out, so they know that Twitch, I think... I'm not sure if they saw him, actually, but a lot of the members are moving right now to this spot.
Yeah.
Did they get any vision?
So MSKI will start up with the buddy system here for Colette and TG. But Tick and Archie want some blood. Here they come. They're going to rotate immediately. Colette a little bit too low there, but he's going to be able to use the smite to heal himself back up as well as secure that red buff. He won't get level 2, but he doesn't get 2 counter jungled out of his own jungle. And
wow, that's actually quite interesting. Bobo Marines are not going to get anything out of this except the remaining 2 spawns from that camp, and Colette is gonna walk away, I think, with that red buff. So in the end, all they're going to be doing now is taking away the other camps, and that's gonna be a delayed buff actually.
Yeah, and look at this. I like this from MSKI. They did some mind games against Bobo Marines. They lane swap the lane swap. So Bobo Marines, I don't know if a Thresh and Vayne would be better against the Twitch and Shen there, but they put them in the top lane, hoping, in my opinion, to go against EXO and Kaigu.
I'm not sure though, but oh my, Archie.
Oh, Archie's taking a lot of damage from the red buffed Colette there. Colette does have around 50% on that red buff still up, so they're gonna have a smite fight in this red side jungle.
It's really awkward right now.
There's a 3-man there. Who's gonna get it? Oh! Kaigo gets the last hit there with the passive hit, and they might actually go in onto Tick.
That's going to be a triple buff right now for Colette.
Yeah.
And Bobo Marines, this is Tick going to be behind now. They were not able, and Irelia is going to be behind as well.
And they're going to start a skirmish here in the bottom lane. There's going to be EXO. Actually, he's still going to stay in his lane right now, but look at this. Here comes Kaigo. They will force Archie to flash over the wall, and I'm not sure what Bobo Marines is thinking right now.
Yeah, this is some bad invade mechanics here coming in from the side of Bobo Marines. They tried to get the lane swap vision, and then they stayed at the red buff, hoping that they could steal it. Instead, they underestimate the amount of tankiness that a Gragas and Nautilus duo can have roaming in duo around the jungle. And now, Colette is going to walk away with a 3 buff start. This is only going to be a blue buff start coming in for Tick, and it's really, really late. So that actually relieves a lot of early game pressure from MSKI's side because Rek'Sai is going to be delayed. He's not going to be that tanky. In fact, he might decide to just farm out for the first couple of minutes of the game because of that delay. So that's going to keep EXO safe in his lane.
Yes, but the problem now is that TG teleported to his top lane and he only got level 2. In those skirmishes, as well as the jungle clears, TG didn't get level 3. And typically, if you want to do the buddy system with a top lane and a jungle, you want to get the level 3 to at least get your tankiness a little bit up, that stats, as well as your skill set being there to at least counter-engage if ever they go a little bit too aggressive under tower. And he actually teleported there with very little HP. So look at that, he's playing really defensive right now.
Yeah, and actually, it's just like what you said. Oh my!
They're gonna go in onto TG. He's gonna be forced to flash, and they're gonna go in onto him. And Optimus will get first blood, and that is
it's a deja vu of game 1 where Optimus gets the first blood. And yeah, it's like you said, he wasn't tanky enough. He went in with low HP. He probably tried to come back to try and get whatever CS he could. Meanwhile, Archie stayed in the duo jungle with Rek'Sai. And so that is going to be somewhat disadvantage because MSKI gives away a kill at top lane. They allow Optimus to farm. Meanwhile, Archie's just safe, duoing in the jungle here with Tick.
Yeah,
so he knew he couldn't go back down there with EXO as well.
Yeah, I really hope that EXO will at least recalled and got potions or maybe a cloth arm if he had the money for that. I didn't know if he had enough money, but at least potions would have been sure ball there for him. Though, honestly, in my opinion, it was a misplay from TG, and they just give an instant opening for Optimus as well as Junie and the top side there.
Yeah, now it's... Oh, wow. He's actually roaming mid.
And
will they get a hook?
looks like they don't want to engage. Just a little bit of poke. Yume, we told about him being a little bit conservative, but he wants to, you know, just say a hello, hi, Pale Cascade there with the Diana to the Fizz.
Yeah, now Optimus... actually, that's Boba Marine's undoing the lane swap. So, alam nila eh, na nakuha na niya yung Bilgewater Cutlass niya. He's no longer afraid to face EXO in this bot lane. He got the first kill. He's totally comfortable with that. In terms of gold, he is around 400 gold ahead.
Yeah, and
compared to Optimus.
Deja vu again. Bilgewater Cutlass even before the 10-minute mark for Optimus here. So, we're back in time even though we don't have Echo here. But still, it's not decided just yet.
Yeah.
Kasi...
EXO also got free farm there down that bot lane because Archie was away. So they're actually even in lane. They have the exact same items right now. And in terms of advantages, and oh wow.
They're trying to engage, and wow, a lot of damage coming out of EXO's Twitch there. They do get the death sentence onto Colette, but I don't think they're gonna optimize anything out of that. Yume is level 6 already. He just uses his Q there to poke a little bit of QTV.
Yeah, and I can imagine Yume is going to be giving QTV a really hard time here. Some would consider Diana somewhat a counter pick towards Fizz, just because he does not have a lot of options for when Diana alls in except to troll pull away. And definitely, if he tries to land the W procs there, all that Diana has to do is pull out the shield and the orbs. And in terms of melee skirmishes here, QTV is going to be behind. So Yume is somewhat a hope here, coming in for MSKI Gloop to get ahead in lane and then bring a snowbally full all-in Diana into the mid to late game. Because yung nga yung sinasabi ni Nipe, it's like MSKI really relies on either TG or Yume to really get ahead in their lane. But since TG grabbed this tanky utility type of top, it's really actually more on EXO and Yume to get snowballing.
Yes. And look at this. They're going to try to go in onto Archie. Colette here has his teleport, or rather his flash up. Nice dredge line onto Archie. Archie doesn't have his flash there. And who will get the kill? Is it Colette? Is it TG? But will they get away?
Oh, my.
He gets away. Wow. Tick there with the flash knockup play. Are they going to try to re-engage? And the Prey Seeker will get the kill onto TG there. TG actually takes, I think, one auto attack from the turret. And Colette will start to waddle away for his life. He will body slam away, but Tick has the burrow, has the knockup, but not in range. But wow.
I think Colette was saving the body slam to give TG the kill, and because it took so long for him because he didn't have any mana at that point, he couldn't land any other hook. It was probably on cooldown as well, and that just gave so much time for Tick to respond in that top lane. That was very unfortunate because MSKI started the fight and they lost.
Yeah, I was hoping that they could have just at least did the KS, the kill secure. At least, even though if TG doesn't get the kill, he gets the assist.
Yeah, and this is also actually another reason why I preferred Shen over TG in the top lanes, because Shen has a much easier time CSing. Oh, but here's going to be a play.
And they're going to try to go in. There's the taunt onto Junie, but look at this. Archie with the flash immediately uses it onto EXO, but nice death sentence there from Junie. But the Condemn doesn't stun EXO, and here is now a 4v situation. Nice dark passage there, but here comes the members of MSKI trying to do what they can, but QTV in the backline will try to do the cleanup roll call for his team. He's taking a lot of damage. Here comes Yume, the slow from the barrel roll there. And Yume...
Oh, wow!
Actually, wow, QTV gets himself a double kill. So that's a 3 for 3.
Yeah, what great microplay there coming in from QTV to get as much as he could, and ends up becoming, I think, a 2 for 2. Actually, I think a 1 for 2 only.
3 for 3, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, but look at the kills, though. Optimus gets himself a 2-0-2, but EXO 1-1 and 2, though he has the CS advantage. Mid lane, little bit in favor of QTV there. Check the goal advantage. Actually, Yume's in front. Oh, that's because of the CS advantage as well. But still.
Yeah, so things are still looking good actually here. Not a huge lead going on for either of the teams. Dragon's coming up in about a minute, and both bot lanes are here. So it's not going to be an uncontested Dragon this time. Both teams will want this. Let's see who will be able to get it this time. But so far, QTV, those 2 kills he got up bot, really going to help him in lane now against Yume. Yume wasn't really able to get anything out of that bot lane clash there. So QTV will be able to fight him back with this Sheen. And probably going to get his Lich Bane soon as well.
Yes. But you have to note, though, the previous clash did use all the teleports of both top laners. So that means that there's not going to be any top lanes teleporting at the bottom lane anytime soon.
Yeah.
Look at this. They're going to engage onto Optimus right now.
And wow, Optimus is getting very low. There's going to be a oh wow, the Contaminate gets him actually just enough to take Optimus down. And this is what I meant by them being even. It's that even if Optimus was able to get a kill on top lane, didn't translate too much. They had the same items going back into the lane. And now, that's going to be EXO actually getting his Blade of the Ruined King.
So that's the power of a Twitch ADR. You don't see a Twitch ADR too much.
Yeah,
that's why it's like an unknown field.
Super popular back in S4.
Yeah, that's true, from Imp.
Imp, really comfort pick there. Ooh.
Gun can land that death sentence there, but without any teammates, just gonna be a good death sentence.
Yeah, so things looking good so far actually for EXO here in the bot lane, but TG really behind right now against Archie.
Yeah, but here comes
oh
QTV,
my.
and Archie will miss the Chum the Waters. And
did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a sound effect like that.
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
That was funny.
With that immediate two-man top lane, that's a top lane Irelia as well as the mid lane Fizz. MSKI Globe immediately start the dragon and they get themselves the second dragon of the game. And oh, EXO here will get caught out.
Oh my goodness, EXO is in a really bad position right now. Optimus just getting those free hits, but Tick is going to secure his prey, and that's going to be a kill for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure why EXO tried to do that. Granted, he is a Twitch who has invisibility, but you always have to be mindful of the enemy team always putting a pink ward there. I mean, even in solo queue, people always put that pink ward in the tri-brush of their own bottom lane.
Yeah, and really it's just EXO getting a little bit careless roaming in there. Now, they did trade the top lane turret for that dragon, and Irelia is getting very scary here. Archie, just like in game 1, free to farm with a hyper carry top lane.
Yes.
Who is very scary. Dive potential onto EXO. EXO using Twitch, not gonna help him either because Twitch is very immobile as an AD carry. So if Archie's allowed to free farm like this over and over in this top lane against TG, who using Nautilus can't even duel against an Irelia with this kind of lead, it's just gonna keep snowballing from there into late game here. And late game really is in favor of Bobo Marines with the Vayne and with the Irelia.
Yeah, it's like game 1 all over again, where they pick someone like a Jax to just, you know, be that person, to be the distraction for them. And then MSKI don't know who to focus. Is it the top laner? Is it the mid lane? Is it the bottom lane? But look at this.
Oh, wow, there's another clash, and Yume diving in, but he might have regretted that decision is now. Ooh, he's actually going to get the kill onto QTV, but Tick is going to... Oh, he dashes away, tries to escape. And the flash goes down, but he's going to go down anyway.
The outplays from the Diana is real. In the top lane, it's going to be Archie using that Transcendent Blade. So just going on the TG. TG not tanky enough to be able to withstand that Irelia. True damage does go through armor. So that's something that you have to
It's actually really sad right now coming in from TG. There's literally nothing he can do against Archie right now. He can't really farm because, like we said, Nautilus has a very bad laning phase. He's not tanky enough either. And now the only hope I can see here for TG is that he makes plays around the map, uses the teleport when he's needed to get EXO or Yume ahead. Because he's definitely not going to be doing any kind of carrying this game like he did with Poppy before. But he can still be useful when it comes to plays around the map. So MSKI has to play around that.
Yeah, and look at this. Colette looks like he's already given up on ganking that top lane for EXO. He's just lived in the red side jungle of Boba Marine. So does does look like MSKI right now will just use TG as a utility top laner rather than a carry top laner as of now. They do have Yume in the mid lane starting to ramp up. He has the Runeglaive, he has the needlessly large rod. Wow, so he looks like he wants to go in all damage. But oh, never mind. He's actually gonna build. Looks like a Zonius, but still he has damage output there to work with.
We're seeing Archie as well build a Blade of the Ruined King here instead of the Trinity Force. So he's probably... This is also expecting TG, Kulit, and Kaigu to eventually get tanky towards the mid game. So he wants to invest in that Blade of the Ruined King so that he does have some shred going on those tanks.
Yeah, as well as being able to stick to the squishies of the opponents. The slow from that Flamethrower King is nothing to joke about, actually.
Yeah.
Alright, so right now we do see gold advantage just a little bit from Boba Marines right now. And there's strong points for Boba Marines as well as weak points, and for MSKI it's the same.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, right now, really the strong points coming from MSKI is really on Yume and EXO. They do have the lead in their lanes right now. Huge CS lead actually in the mid lane there between Yume and QTV. But another play.
Oh, TJ gonna get caught out here, but here's the stand united from Kaigu. Kaigu will be able to tell or help TG, but not enough. He will go down, and Kaigu will just die to Optimus. And that stand united, I think, was a stand divided because they weren't able to unite against those two people from Boba Marines.
Yeah, again, it's just Boba Marines making the picks around the map. In fact, they didn't even have vision over there on that blue buff. That was just a straight up easy death sentence onto TG. TG not able to escape. Right now, TG is really the prey here, coming in for all the carries. If they want to kill and MSKI does not put down vision, it's a very easy pick onto him. They really have to start investing in vision around the map. This is very... these wards from Boba Marines are really starting to invade the map. And meanwhile, there are not much wards around their own jungle right now.
Yes, but MSKI will try to do a 2v4 clash here. It's going to be Kaigu and... Oh, TG again. There will go down. The stand divided is going to happen a little bit for MSKI there.
That was a bad call. Yeah, the tower was getting very low, and the explosive cast does not help that much.
Yeah, EXO though will get the top tier 1, but the damage has been done. That's 4 kills with the bot tier 2 as well as the mid tier 1 if QTV can finish us off, and I think he can.
Yeah.
Yume actually opts to go in for a Luden's Echo, so he wants all the burst damage that his Diana can dish out, but with that play, I don't know, it's a bad rotation coming in from MSKI in my opinion. They should have just let EXO recall, use the frontliners that they had, use that Ratata to at least push away Boba Marines from taking that bot tier 2. I mean, EXO has a damage output.
Yeah, TG should have never hooked back in as well.
Yeah.
Grabe. As in, ang baba na health ng tower tapos nag-engage pa sila. That really should have never happened coming in from MSKI, and it gives a double kill to Archie, making him even scarier than he already was with a 40 CS difference. But so far, the objective game in terms of Dragons has been all in favor of MSKI because of this double smite. So they can invest in the 5th Dragon. It's just they can't expect to get it either because eventually Boba Marines is going to wake up and remember, oh guys, look, they almost have 5th Dragon. Yeah. And when the team fight does come in, there's a huge advantage right now. Oh!
And MSKI will get caught out a little bit here by Boba Marines, but can Boba Marines finish us off? Yes, they can. Look at this. There's so much backline pressure onto EXO. He does flash over the wall, but he's so afraid from Archie. There's a stand united from Kaigu, but will that be enough? No, it will not. The Blade Surge will finish him off, and it's just a cleanup crew right now for Boba Marines. TG not tanky enough. He's the subterranean Nautilus, but it's not subterranean enough to be able to outdig the Void Seeker that is the Queen of the Xersai.
Yeah, so the picks, really, just like I said, Boba Marines, they have very, very roamy champions here. They have the Fizz and the Rek'Sai and the Thresh. And just because they've been invading the jungle so much with all their wards, it's pretty easy for them to just make picks.
I just remembered, TG with a subterranean Nautilus, dig his own grave.
Ah, okay. All right, you have that one.
Yeah, I was thinking of something, and it just popped into my head. Yeah, but back to that. It's just looking like what we talked about a while ago. There's so much backline threat from Boba Marines that if EXO doesn't get a good positioning, the very best of positioning that he can get out of, it's gonna go most in favor of Boba Marines. And also, TG's not tanky enough. He only has a Frozen Heart and Ninja Tabi, and that's only good against AD, but there's a mixture of damage output coming in from Boba Marines right now. They have AP, they have true damage, they also have some AD and HP Shred as well. So I don't know, with just a Frozen Heart and Ninja Tabi, that's not enough.
Yeah, so what MSKI can only do at this point is actually Yume can very much delete either QTV or Optimus. He's still very painful. The lead is still there from what he got in the lane during the laning phase in that mid lane. All they have to do really is really be careful with these picks and try to make plays with the Shen and the teleport from TG. Honestly, TG really here is really all utility.
Yes.
So what they have to do is really spread around the vision, take away the vision as well. You have to remove the vision in your jungle because it's making it easy for Boba Marines to keep making picks. And so far, that's how they've been getting ahead. This Baron call
is initiated by Boba Marines, and MSKI immediately had the Spider Sense. They know that they're going to start it off. But look at this.
Double smite.
Yeah, Boba Marines taking a little bit too much damage.
Oh.
But TG will get caught out. He will go down immediately, and it's just going to be the members of MSKI going to go in a clash without even EXO. Can he do the impossible? No, he cannot. He's just going to get bursted down by the members of Boba Marines. And even though Yume, you got some kills, but you're not enough to be able to counter this out.
But look at the damage that came from EXO in that fight. If he was there the whole time, that could have been an even team fight. And so MSKI really have to make better calls of when to engage. They can't get caught out like that. They have to be the one to start the fight.
Yeah.
Because when Boba Marine starts it and EXO is too far behind or is out of position, MSKI will always lose that fight. They have to always keep EXO there and engage when TG and Kaigu decide to, not when TG gets caught all the time.
Yeah, and medyo delicate din kasi yung composition ng MSKI ngayon. If you don't get the clash or the position that they want, Boba Marines have the composition to be a little bit more flexible.
Yeah.
So MSKI here have to be really defensive and
really defensive?
I don't know. Tick looked like he was gonna be caught out a little bit worse for wear there, but
yeah, well, the vision right now is very deep coming in from Boba Marines. Meanwhile, very defensive wards, but at least there's something now to keep them safe in their own jungle. Coming in for MSKI. They really have to remove these wards. Look at that. It's like 3 vision wards around Baron. It's just very scary.
It's a little bit too scary as well to clear those wards because they don't have any vision on Boba Marines jungle. So they don't know if like Boba Marines are outside the pink wards, just wait, or inside those pink ward brushes waiting. You know, if you get one auto attack onto our pink wards, we'll kill you immediately.
Yeah, now there's another Baron being called. He's going down too fast, and I don't think EXO is going to make it. He only recalled now. They should have been anticipating this because Baron didn't come out earlier.
Oh, Colette will try to do what he can. He gets a steal onto the Baron. Nicely done by him, but I don't think they will follow up onto that. Nice play there. That is a worth death by Colette.
Only lose one guy for the Baron, and the death timer isn't that long either. They'll probably only make it to the mid inhibitor turret, but not be able to push it down. I think they'll make it. Dragon's coming up though in around 40 seconds. That will delay the 5th Dragon that MSKI might want for this game. So they won't be pushing in anything.
Yes, but really right now I think MSKI should try at least to use Yume's good amount of wave clear to push the lanes really fast. At least, you know, make some monster waves to just keep Boba Marines a little bit busy. Might catch them off guard. Use their assassin comp right now. They have a Twitch who can go Envy as well as Diana who could just, you know, rush in onto you, catch you off guard as well. So that might be something that MSKI can do. But look at this. There's so many wards in the river right now. Oh, sorry.
There's not much vision right now from MSKI either.
Yes. And Boba Marines will start this dragon. Here comes the engage by MSKI, but that box is just boxing out the members of MSKI. But look at this. The shish kebab, the buffet for MSKI is there for the dragon pit. But Archie and QTV just dashing into the back line. You know, he had the dashes. Why not use it? They're going to be able to just clean up house right now. And it looks like they'll be able to clean up. T is gonna be the only one alive. No, it's gonna be actually Yume and TG with Kaigu. But wow, they actually do a 3-4-2. Not too bad for MSKI there. They still want to re-engage here onto Archie, but he's a little bit too much of a monster right now. But Yume is a monster in his own right. Void Seeker, or rather Void Rush, comes out of tech there. Will just push away, or rather scare away, Yume and TG. That was
Well, that was actually a very unfortunate fight at the beginning for MSKI because EXO was very, very easily caught out. We saw Fizz come in from the side, and then Irelia saw it coming as well, so they all clashed in onto Twitch, so he was completely eliminated. But that whole time that the two carries were focusing... Alright, let's check it out here, actually. So... Oh, wait, yeah, this is towards the end of the clash.
Alright, just a little bit more back. There we go, that's the beginning of the clash.
So... Yeah, so EXO was immediately eliminated here, but this whole time, the two others are being eliminated here by Yume as well. Yume actually gets kind of low here, but he's able to crash down onto Optimus here. The burst from the Ludens also helped him out a lot here.
Yes.
So he's able to escape as well. He's able to flash out of the wall. He's not able to rotate back, but it did give them time to take down the carries that they needed to take down, which is very important for MSKI because this means definitely that in terms of team fights, as long as Yume or EXO, one of the two is alive, they can make the fight even.
Yeah, preferably I would like it to be EXO because his Rat-a-tat is able to do the linear damage or the multiple hits.
Yeah.
Rather than Yume just trying to focus on one person.
Yeah, oh, another pick.
All right, they're going to try to re-engage here. And they're actually going to get the pick onto Tick.
Oh, my.
No, he actually survives with a sliver of HP. But, that explosive cast will put him in range of Yume. And MSKI right now have some momentum to work with. But Archie will be in that mid lane. Gonna try to get that mid tier 3 pretty quickly with the help of QTV.
Coming in.
Recalls here. Here comes EXO as well as Kaigu. Will they be able to force out? That Twitch is just running on all fours. Here comes the Sand United. Will they be united enough to catch someone off guard? No, they will not. Here comes TG. Gonna try to engage there. Dredge line does come off, but to no avail though. Still, you do have to fear MSKI's tenacity, as well as, like you've said, Yume and EXO having their damage output in the clashes there.
Yeah, there's really still a lot of hope here for MSKI. The lead is not that big, and MSKI is still able to come out in fights. Really, the most important part here is for EXO to be in a good position when they start the fight. Try to spread vision around and bait them towards that area so that when the fight does come out, EXO knows where QTV is, EXO knows where Archie is, he can keep himself in a safe position and then deal damage from the back line with his ult. Because that's a disadvantage that Optimus has here. He has to go past 3 tanks and a very painful AP carry before he can get to EXO.
Yes.
So they need to keep EXO safe. Meanwhile, landing TG's ult onto the proper carry to set up for Yume to dive on.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to see most of the peels maybe coming out of MSKI to try and, well, peel for EXO. I mean, they have the Riptide, they have the explosive cast, the slow, and the repositioning tool is there. And we all know that Archie and QTV almost always in the clashes have their sights locked onto EXO. So if they can just use that explosive cast at the right time, push away Archie as well as QTV, maybe Yume can get an immediate burst on Optimus. And they get the death sentence onto Colette there. He's taking some damage. Explosive cast will be used to just push away Optimus there. Great use of the ultimate, but in a defensive form of matter though.
Yeah, there's really not much vision here coming in from MSKI right now. It's a very dark map, and all the vision is on that side. They're really setting up for Baron here, coming up in a minute actually. And they are going to have the upper hand in terms of knowing where MSKI is. And that has been their disadvantage this whole game.
That is
it's
true.
that Boba Marines, lagi na lang alam kung nasaan si EXO. And so it's so easy for them to just pounce on him and delete him.
Yes. But MSKI do have the timer on that Baron as well, because Colette was the one who is able to get the steal. But I don't think they're going to, live the rest of this game wanting to just, have Colette flash steal it.
Yeah.
Flash might steal it. They want to give at least themselves the advantage in the clash as well. Looks like MSKI starting to use the wards. They do have the Sightstone with Colette, but I don't see Colette using it in the jungle of Boba Marines there. I think he's a little bit too afraid. Or actually, they do put some wards there. But I don't know, not deep enough to at least give them faster warning of Boba Marines.
Yeah, so right now Boba Marines can see them over the Baron pit right now. That vision is really helping them out. And so With that, they know that they're all at Baron side. This is going to be a pretty easy second Dragon. The thing is, will they take it and then roam all the way to Baron? I'm not sure if MSKI can take this Baron as quickly as Boba Marines can take away the Dragon.
Yeah,
so
I don't think so.
I'm not sure if they should push through.
Yeah,
Let's see how this goes.
Like Boba Marines still are positioned in this Dragon, but they're not taking it. Oh, MSKI here. Will they gamble it? They're going to start off this Baron right now. And
there is vision, though.
How
wow,
low is
they're
the
rushing
Baron
in.
right now? How low is the Baron? Oh, sorry about that. All right, so will MSKI disengage? Yes, they will. They won't finish off that Baron. Okay, so that was just...
Yeah, that was actually...
testing the waters.
They thought that Boba Marines was going to commit to the Dragon.
And they're going to go in onto Archie. Archie will just dark passage away. There's a depth charge onto Optimus, but you have to look where QTVS is getting zoned out by Yume, and here comes Yume. Will Luna rush in? Optimus still pretty healthy there. Where is EXO? He's taking so much damage from Archie, but Archie will not be able to get the kill on him. But Yume does get bursted down, and it will be just a cleanup crew here from Boba Marines. That was a pretty messy fight there.
Again, the same thing happened. EXO got zoned out by QTV. QTV was just at the side again. No one was there to protect EXO. All the tanks were in the front line, and no one was there to keep EXO safe. And so Yume was at the front line. He was trying to get the Optimus. The problem is there were tanks with Optimus. There were no tanks with EXO. So that was a very, very easy way to take out EXO coming in for Boba Marines. It didn't matter if QTV was alone. All he wanted was to take EXO down.
Yeah,
and he
also,
did get it.
And also, I think in that clash as well, there was a bit of a miscommunication coming in from Yume as well as Colette. All right, so...
yeah, so we see the ult come out from TG onto Optimus. And at this point, we're seeing most of the carries are very far. In fact, they're separated by a wall here coming in from EXO. And so EXO, QTV spotted him out. And so all the tanks, we can see all of them, even Yume, are all here. And so Kaigu has to go through the wall, and EXO actually flashes away from it. But then Archie finds him. Yeah. He lands the stun down, and so QTV is able to get the kill here, I think, onto Kaigu. But EXO still has all these people up in his face with no one to protect him. TG has to face back all the way from Optimus going backwards towards EXO.
Yeah.
And so he can't keep him safe.
I also see that Yume there was...
oh, wow, wait!
It's going to be a clash here. And this is going to be Boba Marines finishing off. Look at Optimus. He's just going to be happy in that backline using those crossbows, crossed arrows to just finish off the members of MSKI. And that will be a clean ace for Boba Marines.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the problem with carrying Twitch in your composition during these team fights. It's that Twitch, as much as possible, does not want team fights. In fact, if anything, he wants to be able to make picks around the map. But MSKI was being forced to react to Boba Marine's plays the whole time.
Yeah.
And Optimus just has a much easier time keeping himself safe because Junie is always there to keep him safe.
Yes.
He has the box, he has the play, Optimus has the tumble and the invisible from her ult. And so...
also, as well as Colette in that previous clash, he was in range of Optimus, but Junie was peeling for him all day long.
Yeah.
Death sentence, then Flay, then death sentence. That's just giving Optimus so much time to burst down Yume. And yes, Yume has the shield, he has the Lunar Rush, but when you're being dragged by that Chain Warden, what can you do?
Yeah, that's true. That's the failure of the Shen Nautilus switching out from top to support. Ideally, Shen should have just taken top lane so he could CS, become the important tank later on in the game, and then Nautilus would just help make picks for Twitch against Optimus, but that didn't happen. They decided to switch it up. Nautilus falls behind. He's not able to get tanky, and Shen couldn't make the 3v2 picks down the bot lane instead, so they fall behind. MSKI has to react to just crazy vision coming in from Boba Marines, really.
Alright guys, so what do you think of that game 2 between, or rather in this best of 2 series between Boba Marines and MSKI Globe? MSKI Globe had some really nice plays there, but they weren't able to execute it well enough to be able for it to win them the game. Boba Marines just, I don't know,
showing us why they're one of the top teams in Vietnam.
Yeah, as well as like sticking to the roots of just having the easy to execute compositions.
Yeah, their team fight was really much easier.
Yeah, you have backline champions, use them. If it gets too sticky for you, you have the Fizz Playful slash Trickster out of there. And, well, It really has just that much
Yeah.
tankiness.
All right, guys. So what do you think of that? If you guys want to share your thoughts, and if you just want to hang out with Summoners, go over to PGS Rift on Facebook. Just search that on the search bar. We're already 10,000 members up.
Ooh.
Do join our community, and also join us over on G-Talk. The ID number is 171-88811. We still have 2 games coming in for you guys. The next match is going to be between one of the top teams, actually 2 teams from Thailand. Bangkok Titans, very strong. In fact, they're probably one of the top teams in GPL right now. Go to Sleep, also a very strong Thailand team. They fought MSKI last time, and they also showed some prowess. Let's see who will win between these 2 Thailand teams.
I mean, if you look at their icons, it's Bangkok Titans really scary, and then Go to Sleep,
That's
kawaii.
yeah.
All right, guys. So we'll be right back after a short break. I am GS Asarai with the Nai, and of course, alongside here with me is
GS Amplifier.
So see ya, guys.